العين اللي بتاكل قبل التم مرات. A very famous saying that we have in our region that literally translates to, the eye eats before the mouth does. I have a twist on that saying, which goes like, the eye also buys before money does. Grocery shopping in a big supermarket is a journey, a pleasant one for some and a hassle for others. First, you take out the list that you prepared. I'm shaking. First, you take out the list that you prepared for all the things that you need. And then you start brand shopping off of shelves. It starts with the brand of a supermarket itself, and then comes along all your favorite products. As a customer, your journey in this place includes looking for certain stuff. You might simply ask an employee, or search for them by reading the directional signage. The ones that tell you where the rice aisle is or the shampoo aisle is. You might notice that these boards, let's start calling them the Wayfinding system, have a very clear, bold, bilingual typeface. This system is also combined by a balanced color palette, bright, happy colors that would go along with a family-friendly brand. Something that would help you find what you're looking for are those tiny pictograms near each category, very similar to the ones we see at the Olympics. After getting all the things that you need, you find yourself driving your cart to the place where a symbol of your cart is illustrated, indicating the cash, an international language that almost everyone is fluent in. A language where an image communicates more than just a shape, but a message and an emotion. Some of the things that you ended up forgetting depend on the layout of that list, what pen you chose, or even the handwriting. This whole experience would not have been the same without the cohesiveness of fonts, shapes, colors, and language. This practice of conveying an idea visually, which is also a solution to a problem, is called visual communication. The same supermarket I started talking about is a huge fridge of brands. Each is specific to the product, and each has an identity, a brand identity. From the tiny sticker you find on an apple to the big neon logo at the entrance of the shop. The whole space is a place filled with brands. Some are iconic that we grew up seeing, and some are newborn babies. We are surrounded in brands. Our cities are branded, brands we use every day, from mobile applications to softwares at work. Even the newly emerging NFTs, they are at the end of the day a form of a brand identity. We have a lot to learn from the brands we interact with every day. Each brand is different because of something meaningful. Keep in mind that the content ecosystem is filled with awesome work. It's a competitive space, I must say. Some of the things that we end up searching on social media, or while we're scrolling on social media daily, we take a screenshot of the things that we like. How many of you have liked something while scrolling on social media and took a screenshot but never returned back? The average human has an attention span of an 8-second, which makes way for the power of visuals to defeat the memory challenge. I often come across wonderful content that I save for later. However, because there's so much great material out there, I only find myself returning only to the strongest visual content. One thing that was very obvious during the pandemic and after the lockdown is that brands continued to cope with the status quo. Same as humans, brands adapted to new formats. We started seeing hotels posting recipes, gyms posting workout videos, hotels posting infographics. They all communicated what's happening behind the scenes, keeping the dialogue open. Your interaction with the image, your ability to read, engage, be inspired, or be bothered made the creative dialogue. It kept us busy with social media. And whoever beat the 8-second rule won the challenge of staying in people's minds. This visual communication in the corporate world is called branding. One of my favorite things that made me fall in love with branding, other than the artwork or the choice of colors, is the way a brand speaks. The way some brands include typographic designs in their collateral without going overboard with the visuals. A creative narrative with their signature typeface is more than enough to speak out loud their name. Consistency here is key, the key to a successful brand identity. However, is visual communication always the answer? Some people ask, how can you create a good menu design for a restaurant that does not even serve good food? How can you solve the problem as a designer here visually? The answer is, I can't. There is a term we use a lot in hospitality, which is to ace the basics. Always go back to the root problem. First, you must ensure that the end product you're offering is doing well, whether it's a food product, a service, or a consumer good. And then you start to market it to build brand awareness and increase revenue. In most companies, the right and left brain myth exists, where analytics is separated from creativity. Yet they both must work hand in hand to deliver a captivating brand. So the question is, how to bridge the gap between brand strategy and good design. A brand is a person's perception about a service, an organization, an experience, or a product. Brands are all about feelings, and feelings are complicated. What do you want your customers to feel when they enter your shop? Or when they open up your package? Happiness, good memories, relaxation. What do you want them, what is the impact that you want to leave, and how would that affect their buying decision? Branding has a significant impact on impulse buying behavior. Creative packaging can do magic. Having that said, bad design or the wrong choice of colors can also affect a brand negatively by leaving the wrong impression. Think brands with dark colors. Dark colors for baby products can indicate something dirty or unsterilized. However, using the same dark colors for luxury brands is a rule of thumb. Martin Neumeyer said, "Good branding is to get more people to buy more stuff for more years at a higher price." So when you create any form of visual communication, make sure it's memorable. Let it solve the problem, and lastly, let it trigger only good emotions. Dealing with corporate marketing gave me a whole new spectrum of thinking that a designer can fit anywhere. Because an app designer, a graphic designer, or a fashion designer, they are all problem solvers. They include a wide variety of professions, from urban planning to graphic design, and work at different levels, from product to policy. I always thought that design is meant to stay in a certain world. I was completely wrong. Creativity is endless. The sky indeed is the limit. Design is a language that anyone can read anywhere, even in a supermarket. You can choose a million ways to deliver your idea. Let's always ensure that it makes us prosper more creativity. Let's make sure that our conscious designs are seen, they are loud, and they make the eyes buy before money even does. Thank you for coming.